Holy cow. It is so early. Cannot believe this. I don't think college students are supposed to be up this early. It's about 6:53, and I don't know if I've ever experienced this time of day. Oh my goodness. I must be the most tired white guy in all of Faulkner County. Yeah. It's going to be worth it because we're doing something fun today. We are going to volunteer for Walk for the Waiting in Little Rock. So, for those of you that don't know, Walk for the Waiting is a family walk fundraiser that takes place in Little Rock. I think about once a year. I've never been before. This is my first time. But it specifically benefits 3 companies or organizations that help work to find the right home for all the waiting children in Arkansas that don't have parents, that are in tough situations. So they help to, through the funding in, events like these, they help to, find the right home for children. So it's a huge benefit for these kids, and amazing organizations. The 3 ones specifically that benefit from this event are the Call, Project Immerse, and Project Zero. No, it's Immerse Arkansas, Project Zero, and the Call. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Registration opens at 8:30, I think, and the opening ceremony is 9:30. Then they'll start the walk, and afterward they're gonna have like an award ceremony, a lot of fun stuff for the kids. I think they're gonna have food trucks there and snacks and all sorts of good stuff. So it's gonna be a good time, really just to celebrate, the funds being raised for these kids and stuff. So I'm excited about it. What I'm doing there is that I'm volunteering. I think what I'm doing is helping with like water down on the field, make sure people have it, make sure it's cold, all that fun stuff. But I think, honestly, I'm just going to serve in any capacity that they need, really. I'm not sure exactly what I'll be doing, but it'll be fun. I'm excited to get this opportunity. So I wanted to make this video. I'm going to try and get some video of the event itself, but I really wanted to make this because I'm really passionate about this movement of serving kids in Arkansas that don't have parents, that don't have homes to go to, and I really think it's kind of a neglected and underappreciated movement that isn't focused upon more, I guess, in our society. And I'm challenged by it myself, because even myself, sometimes I kind of neglect the idea of trying to help out, orphans, and seeing the importance in that, and how much, we can change their situation, even just by small stuff throughout, not even, if you're not adopting, just fundraising and supporting organizations that help that. I think there's a lot we can do that we're not doing, and myself, a lot that I have not done that I could be doing. So I'm kind of taking a step in the right direction, and and it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I think will play a huge role later in my life and mine and Sarah's life for sure. So I don't have a lot of experience personally of adoption. None of my siblings were adopted, but I was close to a man that was adopted. He really shaped me, especially younger in my life and my family, and he was incredible. And so his name was Clark Wesley Johnson. He was my uncle on my mother's side, and he was born outside the blood of our family into another one with cystic fibrosis. For those of you guys that don't know what that is, it's a chronic disease that the average life expectancy now today is about 37 and a half years old, and back then, whenever he was around, it was much earlier. But he really had a profound effect on our family, and it was one of the reasons that we kind of remain close to this day. And had a huge effect on my life. My parents probably won't like me saying this, but he was honestly my favorite relative ever, my favorite family member. No joke, he was an amazing human being. He had a really, like I said, a profound effect on our family, and yeah, we were changed by him 100%. You know, I don't know the circumstances surrounding his adoption or the thoughts, but I imagine that they were a lot like, holy cow, how are we going to feed another kid? You know, my grandparents weren't just rich, you know, they had, you know, a lower income, and you know, they really tried to make it work. You know, how are we going to feed another kid? What about all the parenting stuff we got to worry about, and all sorts of stuff? But at the bottom line, they took him in. You know, he was born with huge medical issues, and they took him in and supported him, even despite the low income and the crazy family that we have. And so, you know, he passed away. It's been a few years now, but like I said, he had CF, and that's just a really difficult disease to live with. And so he passed away from, you know, medical complications and all that. But at the end of the day, he really fought to live, and I think he brought a lot of that to our family. He really did a lot, especially for us kids. I think I speak for all the kids of the family that he really stepped into our shoes, into our little worlds on a daily basis, and that's something I'm really thankful of, because he was incredible. He's just a great uncle, a great guy. And I say all this to say that you really have no idea the impact that adoption can have on your family. You know, it has affected generations in ours, and I think it will in the future. And so just that little story is something that reminds me of the importance of all these kids, especially like adolescent kids that are coming close to 18 years of age, that don't have, you know, the ability to, you know, support themselves. They've got so much potential just to crush it. They've got ideas and, you know, motivation that has no bounds. They can accomplish anything they want. They just need a little bit of support to get there. And I understand that everyone's situation is different, and you can't just drop everything and pick up a kid and try to take care of him, you know. But my grandparents, you know, they picked up a kid with huge medical consequences, and I bet I know if I asked them today and asked them, was it worth it? Was it worth all the stress, all the, you know, confusion, worry that came with adoption, and the eventual, really, all the heartache it took from his death? And they would say, you know, with a resounding yes, it was totally worth it, because they had a profound effect in supporting Clark and what he did. And, you know, he left an impression on our family that, you know, will not ever leave. And so these kids here that, you know, we're going to walk for this benefit for, they do have a ton of potential. They just need a little support, and that's why I'm really happy to try and volunteer for this movement. I think it's going to be worthwhile. You know, they're fearfully and wonderfully made. They have so much value, and I feel like we displace that as a society and don't see that for what it is, because I think we have a very not an easy problem, but one that we really have a plan to go forward and tackle here in Arkansas. There's something like 345 kids that are waiting to be adopted. There's 5,000 kids in the foster care system. And so there's plenty of opportunity here for people to step up and really find out what it means to take care of, you know, the orphan, to really just step into the eyes of God for, you know, his children and see the need that's here. These kids, they're tired of waiting. They're tired of waiting for something that I never had to wait for as a kid. And I feel like it's about the time that we should be too.